Eudaimonia and the work of the Cryptic Mason. Companions. There is a word from ancient Greek philosophy that is often translated simply as happiness, but that translation falls far short of its true meaning. The word is eudaimonia. Eudaimonia does not mean pleasure, comfort, or momentary satisfaction. It means human flourishing. To live in accordance with one's highest purpose, guided by virtue, reason, and moral discipline. It is not about how a man feels on any given day, but about the kind of man he becomes over the course of his life. If that sounds familiar, it should. Freemasonry has long described itself as a beautiful system of morality, veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. We do not promise happiness in the sense of ease, success, or reward. What we promise, what we offer, are tools. And those tools are given to men who are willing to work. That, companions, is eudaimonia in practice. The ancient philosophers taught that a man flourishes when he orders his life according to virtue, when he disciplines his passions, refines his character, and aligns his actions with moral truth. Freemasonry does not debate that proposition. We initiate it. We symbolize it. We impress it upon the heart through ritual. Nowhere is this more evident than in the Cryptic Masonry. The lessons of the Council degrees are not about external glory, public recognition, or surface morality. They are about preservation, fidelity, and the inner life of the Mason. They deal with what is concealed, what is safeguarded, and what must be protected until the proper time. Eudaimonia is not achieved through sudden elimination. It is achieved through right preparation. In the Cryptic degrees, knowledge is hidden not to deny it, but to ensure it is received worthily. Virtue cannot be forced upon a man. It must be cultivated, guarded, and lived into. A truth revealed too early or to the unprepared is not wisdom, it is noise. The Cryptic Mason learns patience, he learns restraint, he learns that not all labor is visible and not all progress is public. This is deeply eudaimonic. Human flourishing is not applause. It is alignment. Consider how often the Council degree emphasizes trustworthiness under pressure, fidelity when recognition is absent, obedience to moral duty even when outcomes are uncertain. These are not lessons for happiness in the shallow sense. They are lessons for a well-lived life. The philosopher Aristotle taught that eudaimonia is the result of habitual right action, not isolated good deeds, but a consistent pattern of virtuous living over time. Cryptic Masonry reinforces this principle. It is concerned not with a single moment of decision, but with the long stewardship of character. In that sense, the vault is not merely a physical symbol. It represents the inner man, the place where principles are stored, where integrity is protected, and where truth remains intact despite the passage of time, hardship, or corruption. A Mason who understands this does not ask, "What do I get from this degree?" He asks instead, "What kind of man must I become to be worthy of what is entrusted to me?" That question is the doorway to eudaimonia. Freemasonry does not guarantee happiness. Life will still bring sorrow, loss, and disappointment. But what it does, especially through the quiet, deliberate work of the council, is giving man the moral architecture to stand upright within those trials. A flourishing life is not one without storms. It is one built on foundations that endure them. So when we say that Freemasonry makes good men better, we are not speaking of improvement in a superficial sense. We are speaking of a lifelong process of refinement, of shaping the internal man, so that over time a man's thoughts, words, and actions move into harmony. That harmony between duty and desire, between knowledge and restraint, between faith and conduct, that is eudaimonia. And in the cryptic degrees, we are reminded that the most important work of a Mason is often unseen, quietly protected, and patiently preserved until the time is right. Companions, that is not merely philosophy, that is the work of the council.